Hello once again, and welcome to the second video tutorial. So at this point what we should have is essentially a glorified rectangle here with rounded edges. So I'm going to show you now is how to put features inside of these table cells to make your web page look like the completed one. So if you look at the completed web page for the Home tab here, we notice our curved image is the top. In the next feature, and I'm going to show you from top to bottom, we have these icons, and if you notice when I hover over them, the image actually changes. So let's look at our table and how to put these rollover images in. Place your cursor into the cell. You'll notice that there's a blinking eye beam when it's occurred. We're going to go to our image icon, and we want to select rollover image. So there's a couple different fields they want us to fill out. The first is image name. This is not how the image is going to be saved, but rather how it's going to be referred to if we were to check it out in the code. So use a name that is indicative or tells you what it's actually doing. This is the home icon. I'm going to call it home. If you'll notice, the next two things are the original image and the rollover image. So what the image looks like before I put my cursor on top of it and what it looks like afterwards. So we can go to Browse. We can go into the folder where we had saved our pictures from the zip file. And first one I want is this icon of New Brunswick. The second image I want is the one that was a bit brighter with the neon green, what it looks like after I hover over it. And then the last field that we're going to fill in, that's really important, is it says when clicked, go to URL. So it's saying when I click this icon, what web page or what HTML file do I want it to bring up? While we're clicking the home icon, I want it to take me to my home HTML file. Once you press OK, you can actually see the images there, the icon. Don't worry that it sort of plays around with the formatting of the table and everything over here looks smushed. We'll see that it all sort of sorts itself out in the end. Let's do the second one here. Our next icon is going to be spring. We'll grab the before image. We'll grab the after image. And what URL do I want to take it to? Well, my HTML file for spring. And that's why I got you to set these up originally, so that we can link to them even before we go in and put anything on them. We'll press OK. There we go. And through the magic of editing, I'm going to do these last three and come back to you. And voila! Magically, here are my icons. So I've got all five. I've put them all in. Let's take a moment to save our work. And let's pull it up and see what it looks like. So here's what mine looks like. You'll probably get this error that comes up talking about ActiveX. You can click on top of it, allow blocked content, yes. And if you did everything according to plan, and if Mr. Moran did, you should change each one of them when we highlight over them. All right, so that works. Let's go back to the completed web page and see what's next on our table. So we have these words underneath for each one of them: home, spring, summer, fall, and winter. So we can go ahead and put these in each of the cells here. And we can select them all at once, just like a Word document, and center align them. If we check out the next feature that we have on our web page, what comes on the next line, or if you want to see what it looks like for the one that I've already completed in Dreamweaver, we've got New Brunswick, and we've got a place for all seasons. And if we'll notice, the text is considerably larger than the plain text that we used up here. We're actually using heading 1 and heading 2. So we can go in on our next row. But before we begin, let's check this out. We've got 5 cells and we only want 1. If you select them all, just like if you've ever used Excel, you can merge them into one. We can do that for the next one as well. And now we've gone from 5 cells just to 1. So here we can type in New Brunswick. And then what was on that second line? Let me double check here. A place for all seasons. And an exclamation because we're excited about it. So we can take both of these, select them, center align them, but we want the text to appear different than this, and at the moment it doesn't. So we need to use our headings just like we did in our original website. We go to Format, heading 1. A place for all seasons is going to be heading 2. Take a moment to save it. I always love to check out what it looks like. If we refresh our icons, it should have the text underneath with New Brunswick and a place for all seasons. And lo and behold, there it is. Let's check what comes out next. So here's our completed site. We've got New Brunswick, a place for all seasons. We've got this image that spans from one side of the table to the other of the Hopewell Rocks. So see how to put that in right now. So we go to the next line. Again, we have 5 cells. We only want 1 for the image, so we can merge them. Making sure that our cursor is inside of the cell, you'll see the blinking I-beam here. We go up to Image, select Image, and then we'll go grab that one of the Hopewell Rocks. There it is. We'll see our image. We can save our work. Let's see what it looks like as a web page. Refresh. There's our image. Now, if you have a discerning eye, you may have noticed. Look at the white space on the left versus on the right. We actually have this image a little bit to the left, so we can go in as if it was text and center line this image as well. Make sure it's selected. Select the center align. It doesn't seem like a significant change, but we can check it out on our website after we save it. We'll save it. Pull up our web page. Here it is, closer to the left than the right. If I click refresh, it's not going to be mind-blowing by any means, but it's a little bit neater. The space on the right is the same as the space on the left. The final feature that we're going to do before we put in our hyperlinks is check out the text that goes on the bottom here. If we look at the completed Dreamweaver that I've already done, we're going to have Visit Tourism NB on the left, Source in the middle, and View a Map of NB on the right. So let's go ahead and put that in our now. Again, we can merge the cells because we only need 3. So I can merge the 2 on the left, merge the 2 on the right, and we'll put in our information. Visit Tourism NB website. So let's say maybe this is our website. They want information. We're like, here's some more to check out. Go to the NB website and check out Tourism New Brunswick. We've got a page for source that we're going to hyperlink to, and we've also got View a Map of NB. So now that we've got our text, we can go in and align it properly. This one's going to be right aligned. Source will be in the middle, and by default over here, this one is left aligned, but if we want to make sure, we can select it. So the last feature I'm going to show you in this video is how to go in and put a hyperlink. I'll show you one here on source, and then you can do one for View a Map of New Brunswick and one for Visit Tourism NB website on your own. We highlight our text. If you see, we have it there. We can right click, or right here for link, we can actually say where do we want it to take. So for this particular one, we can go point to file, or we can actually browse for file. We made an HTML web page for source, so we can click here, select source, and press OK. Now if we save our work, we take a look. What we have is our information on the bottom, and 1 out of 3 hyperlinks. You're going to go ahead, provide a hyperlink to a map of New Brunswick. You can pull it up on Google, and you can provide the address or the hyperlink to Tourism New Brunswick's website. Thanks for watching.